Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we are back in the town. Now I know I've been doing a lot of town episodes this week. It's really because the town is back and we're celebrating it. So next week I will return back to the moon base. I'm still going to do town episodes next week also, but this week has just been pretty much all focused on the town. But anyways, I have created a building today that has been much requested, and it's kind of an odd request, but I do see where it's, I don't want to say necessary, but it is in most towns, and I went a little overboard with the building. This is probably my most detailed building that I've done to date. I did get a little bit of help, and I'll talk about that here in a second. The building itself will be on the workshop. This car will also be on the workshop. I didn't really have a chance to make a brand new car, so what I did here, I took the muscle car and made like a variation. This is a drag muscle car. You can see the wheelie bar in the back, the parachute. You can see some bars with the roll cage. I added some engine detail to this one. So you've got all that. This one's really fast too. Of course the power is maxed out on it. It's fairly stable, which is surprising. And oh, when I say that, I'm gonna run off the road. Oh, and by the way, that's the, from the last episode, I should always point that out. That's the last episode, the Starbucks, and I had a red muscle car, so I'll link that episode in the description, and there's the post office from the episode before. But anyways, the new business is, of course, a McDonald's. I know that's a little strange, you know, it's like, oh, you built a McDonald's, but it turned out a lot better than I pictured it turning out. But anyways, let's make our way over there. Like I said, this is a super stable car. Real fun to drive. I guess it's really the back wheels that are making it so stable because it uses the big beefy back tires. Turning radius is actually decent on it. I would figure that it'd be worse, but I guess I don't really know what's going on there. Anyways, let's hit this bump. Oh, no. Oh, see, I pinned myself. Yeah, that wheelie bar is going to catch on stuff like that, so you got to be careful. There's the hospital. Oh, there's the ambulance. And there is the McDonald's. This building, it was something. Now, McDonald's confuses me. I've gone through so many pictures of McDonald's, and they have so many different types of restaurants now, or fast food joints, whatever you want to call it. They have like the McCafes, they have the standard ones, they still have some of the older style. So I mixed it up a bit. Let's go ahead and exit the car here. Now this one is morely a modern McDonald's, just the style of it. You've got some of the mixture of the brick and concrete. Now I think that they're not putting the play place or the little playgrounds in them anymore, but that's no fun, so I do have a little play place in here, and it turned out really good. The building I'm extremely proud of. Now it does lag a little bit once I step onto that lot. I'm going to try to figure out what I can do to eliminate that. I'm thinking I'm going to make a cut about right here and all the way to the fence. I think a bit of the fence and probably just how long the lot is causing a bit of lag. This map doesn't, or this lot here doesn't lag when you're on just a normal map, but in the town with there being so much stuff, it does give off a little bit. But yeah, I've got the big McDonald's sign there. It's got a full drive-through. It's got parking on the right side here. You've got some parking here in the front. Let me go ahead and step on the lot, so brace yourself. There we go. It's not terrible, but it does hit a little bit, and it kind of depends on where you are in the actual building. But yeah, you got a handicap spot here. Got all the curves. The do not enter sign, of course, the drive-through just wraps around. I don't have parking on the back side because that would make the lot even more massive. I mean, I've got parking here. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 spots there. And then there's 5 spots in the front, which should be plenty. You've got the drive-through menu here. So you would pull through. I tried to mark everything out. And let me get rid of some of my inventory stuff here because I don't like that flashing up on the screen every 5 seconds. But yeah, you would mark that stuff out. I thought about like keeping the white lines all the way around to mark out the drive-through, but I don't think that's necessary. You've got the arrows that go around back. You can see there's the drive-through there. I didn't do a double window. A lot of them have like the pay window and the second windows where you actually pick up your food. I didn't think that was quite necessary. We're going to call this a little bit of a, I want to say a smaller McDonald's, even though the building's actually probably one of the bigger buildings in the town for some reason. Don't ask me how that happened. But yeah, back here, you've got a dumpster, and you would cruise around here. Like I said, no parking here. And the reason I put this fence up, and this is actually really funny, let me go ahead and walk off the lot real quick. There's a problem with the back side of this lot, and it is that. The lot is basically on the side of a cliff, so if I didn't have the fence there, very possible that cars would be driving off and falling about 2 or 3 stories, so we're definitely going to need that fence. Yeah, let's come over here. And I'm going to swing around the building one more time, and then we're going to check out the inside. The inside is extremely detailed. Now, I did get some help. Zachary, he's the guy that's been building some of the rides in the theme park. He's got a fantastic workshop. I'm going to link it in the description because he's got some awesome creations in there. He helped me do the interior. I had the shell done, and I invited him into the world because I wanted to, to get his kind of opinion on the shell. And he's like, "Oh, I can help." And I was like, "Sure. This is definitely a 2-person job." And this building itself took a total of, I want to say, close to 8 hours. And it might not look like it did, but there's just a lot of little details here. You've got just the lights, the way the pillars are. I know this pillar is uneven, but that's the way most of these McDonald's are. And then you've got the little logo here. And then let's go around to the front. You got the little awnings. The curbs elevated here. That way you don't run into the building. You got these 2 little stoppers because with the handicapped ramps here and with the way you'd have to kind of push a wheelchair through the front, you still have to have these stoppers just in case somebody decides that they want to drive through the restaurant or create another drive-through. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the inside. Let's open the doors here. Now, everything is set up correctly with the logic gate, so you're going to have switches on a lot of the other sides of these doors so you can close them up. But here is the dining room. This thing is ridiculously detailed. We've got everything in here. Over there is going to be the play place. We'll go into that here in a second. The dining room, I mean, it's a full dining room. We have so much seating in here, and I don't think I've ever fit this much in a restaurant. I have that Boston's Pizza on the other side of town, and let me find the switch here. It's got quite a bit of seating, but not near the amount of seating that this has. So I guess we're going to start the dining room. I'm actually going to probably move into the play place, and we'll move into the kitchen and check the rest of it out. But yeah, the dining room here, you've got the little... They have stools in a lot of these McDonald's. You've got the little divider wall here, and on the outside, you're going to have all the booths. So you've got one there, you've got a corner booth. These chairs or these booths, they look awesome. I love the style on the actual chairs themselves, the curves. Zachary was responsible for initially putting those together, and they look fantastic. So you've got those, you've got a couple trash cans there, you got a little area up here where you can return the trays. We swing around here, another corner booth. You've got one extra booth on this side, since there's not a door on the back side here, so I could fit one. And then you've got more stools, some tables. You've got a condiment section here, normally behind the line. So you get your food, you come over here, you need some salt, ketchup, so you got mustard, some napkins. They don't have a really good napkin in the game, so I just had to use the paper towels, and maybe I should stack those because it looks like toilet rolls, and that looks a little odd. But you've got that. You've got an awesome soda machine over here. Some McDonald's are self-serve soda. Some you have to get it behind the counter. We just went with the one out here because, I mean, it's just so much easier. Nobody likes to have to stand back in line just to get a refill, so get all these. Of course, these buttons aren't connected to anything. They're just here for show, but you got all your different flavors. You got your little ice thing here. You can do that. Some of these McDonald's have those new Coca-Cola machines. It's like a big red machine. It's got like, I don't know, like 200 flavors. Those are really awesome, but I think this actually suits it a little bit better. If not, it'd just be a big red machine on the side. Up here, and I don't know why that didn't activate. It seems like that might be stuck. This menu, let me look at the controller here. This menu actually slides back a bit. And it actually seems like the menu's lagged up in the roof for some reason. I'm gonna have to cut that out and see what I can figure out. This menu actually, it leans back not much. It's only like 15 degrees. A lot of the menus are either placed on a board in the back or they're just kind of angled out where you can see them better. But the menu looks fantastic. We use the grass. I couldn't really figure out, like we were talking about what we could put up there, and we could have just spammed a bunch of signs, but it just didn't make sense. So it's still a nice looking menu. We got the 2 cash registers here, so you got 2 lines formed out. Some McDonald's have even more than this. I mean, some of them have like 4 or 5, but a little bit more of a small town McDonald's. But yeah, before we go back there, we're gonna actually check out the play place. Now, I've heard of various reasons why they don't do these anymore. They might still do them on certain McDonald's, but it seems like they've eliminated them from most, in which it's like, you know, kids come to McDonald's to eat a Happy Meal and go play on the, or play in the play place. It's like, why would you get rid of that? It seems like, you know, just fun police there. But yeah, here is the play place. Now, you can't actually go into this. The scrap mechanic character is just a little big. We're just going to assume the scrap mechanic character is an adult and he can't fit into any of this stuff. But yeah, you've got one of the little areas where you can climb up into. A lot of times there's like, if I remember correct, it's been, well, of course, it's been 15, if not more years. This has been well over 15, probably closer to 20 years since I've been into one of these. You've got the little steering wheels up there. There's a lot of fun. Maybe like a ball pit down here. Little areas you can climb up and down. You got a slide over here. Try to make this as detailed as possible. Initially, I was going to use the big pipe pieces. They have those red ones. But you can't get them at angles like this, like where it looks like it's actually going up. It would have to be at like just straight up and down or side to side. So I'm kind of glad I went with all this. Got the supports under here. Typically they have like a net where you can't walk under this or walk around the supports, but there's not a good material in Scrap Mechanic to use for that. So I just had to leave the supports out and you can just kind of walk under them here. You get that. This would be a ball pit. Couldn't find anything to use for balls. I guess I could have used maybe some of those little nut pieces, but it would just look kind of strange because there's no 3D effect of them actually poking out and, you know, looks like you can actually jump into them. There'd be a lot of gaps in there too, but really satisfied with the way this came out. Now this building, or this section of the building, was actually really hard to build because you've got the roof and you got the glass on top, but there's also that big yellow arch that sets on top of it, and it's actually got some openings. It's really cool. We'll glance at that one more time before we end the video. And the last thing over here, all these places, of course, you're not allowed to go up there, or at least when I was a kid, you weren't allowed to like wear your shoes and go up into these things. I'm assuming scratching them up, you know, some people have those rubber soles on the shoes and marks everything up. Not fun at all. So you got a little shoe holder over here. But yeah, it's a really cool place. I guess I could have used this as another dining area, because it seems like some of these places have these front ends like this, but they're actually dining, but I figured the play place would work a lot better. So let's go ahead and exit there, close that. Got the little windows where you can watch the kiddos. That way you can just kind of, they'll babysit themselves and you can come in here and just eat and get away for a little bit. Alright, it's kitchen time and bathroom time. Now, I don't have a male and female bathroom. I just didn't have the room for it, so we just have a standard bathroom here. Now, Zachary actually hooked up something really neat. So he's got these where you can open it up. It actually looks like the handle opens. But what he did here, and you can close this, it's actually got a lock on it. So when you activate this button, the bathroom, you cannot open it from the outside. So say you just need your privacy, you gotta go to the, I don't know, on the toilet or the urinal, whatever you're doing in here, somebody can't walk in on you, which is a neat little feature. It's just the little things here. But yeah, you just unlock it here, click this. It's got a little bit of a delay. Actually, it didn't delay that time. Oh, that opened right up. Okay. But yeah, and walk out here, and we'll close it. Really neat. But yeah, let's go into the kitchen here. And as you can see, this is where all the controllers and logic gates are hidden. Well, they're not really hidden, they're just under the counter here. But yeah, you would serve up here. That menu's still bugging me. I'm gonna see if I can fix that. I'm gonna upload this to the workshop. I just wanna see what's happening. For some reason, it could have just been when I welded it down that it kind of warped through the ceiling. Sometimes Scrap Mechanic has some weird, funky things when stuff's on controller and you weld it down and it resets. So, pretty sure it's a simple fix. So I'll get that taken care of for you guys. But let's close the door here. Of course, this is an employee area only. You've got the little breaker box, a place to, of course, everybody wants to wash their hands. I mean, it's very important to be cleanly when you're dealing or handling food. You've got the cash registers from the back here. You've got the drive-through cash register, which you got the little window here. So somebody pulls up and take their order, open up the window, throw the food at them, and tell them to have a nice day. So you've got that. And back here, this table here, you've got some storage under it. It's really one of those assembly tables. You always see, if you look back into one of these places, there's always people just standing around, putting together burgers, sandwiches, salads, whatever they're doing. I've got two sides to it here. Over here, of course, we have the fryer. This wouldn't be a McDonald's without something fried, so I actually like the way this came out. It looks nice. It's got the little baskets on the inside. Those aren't movable. They're actually just welded in there or attached to it. But I thought it was a nice little touch to have those. So dump your fries in, dump it in. You've got a little ventilation system up here so it can suck out the smoke and whatever else it does. It's been a long time since I've been in the back of a restaurant, so I don't really remember everything. We tried to make this as correct as possible, but I'm probably missing some things here. Over here, you've got the grill. We stuck those bearings down. They kind of look like burgers. I really wish you could paint those things, because if we could paint those brown, it would actually look like burgers on the grill. It's a little upsetting. And of course, we have a duck cooking, because, you know, it's a kitchen, it's scrap mechanic, gotta have a duck. And one of the last things in here, we have a little walk-in freezer. Now this also has a neat little feature. You've got this little bar here that kind of blocks the door, so we hit this. It's gonna lift that up, and those are gonna open up. Got some storage here. Now say you've got some really mean friends. They can, this is also on a logic gate. Say somebody wants to lock you in the deep freeze. You've got a little button here. Now this button's on a different gate, so if the door, I think if it's closed, it's something about the order it activates in that you cannot keep it locked from the outside. There's always the option on the inside to open it. But let's see, we've got all the, say this is patties, everything that you'd store here. Get a couple ducks. I built these shelves and I think they look nice, but you can't actually sit anything on it, which is a shame because it's just a staircase railing, and yeah, I don't understand that at all. That kind of wish they would make it where that's something that you can mount stuff to. But yeah, you've got this, got the little anti-lock, won't get stuck in the freezer. I believe it's just on another AND gate or an OR gate. Oh, just watch the sign flex there. Yeah, it's trying to move. It's warped up in the ceiling. I'm gonna have to fix that. But yeah, and the last thing you have here, this is the employee entrance. Say you're gonna go on break, just come out here, do what you need to do. Yeah, this is a really cool building. I'm really happy with the way this came out. I did expect to get more done this episode. Like, I thought I was gonna get 2 businesses done, but once I started with this McDonald's, it was just kind of an undertaking. This building was, it was a really fun design though, especially the front here with the play place. And I was talking about that arch earlier. I had to actually build that on the ground and weld it to the top because it was just, it's a really odd shape. And I think it came out really nice. I mean, everything looks fairly correct to a McDonald's. But yeah, guys, this is going to be up for download. It's on the workshop right now if you'd like to go check it out. Fantastic. Say you're building a town, you can stick this in your own. I've got the post office, I've got the Starbucks on the workshop. Of course, I've got all my other vehicles, even the vehicles from where I wasn't actually putting the buildings on the workshop, like the ambulance and all that. Those are all on there, so if you'd like to check those out. I've got my Steam group down in the description below. If you want to join that and kind of get the up-to-date news and when workshop items go live. That would be much appreciated if you check that out. But yeah, I will be building some more. I'm taking more suggestions. You guys were fantastic last episode. It was like probably 300 plus comments. And I am listening to everybody. It's, you know, it's morely, I build by myself, so it takes a long time to do stuff. Like I said, I did have help from Zachary this time, and this would have taken at least another 2 or 3 hours to finish without him in there helping me. So definitely thanks to him. So we're going to do some more stuff. You can see the drag car here, so I think eventually we are going to add a drag strip. I've been seeing that appear a lot, so that really sounds like a good idea. So I think we're going to add probably a drag strip, some more businesses. I actually started another business over behind the car dealership. I'm not 100% happy with the area, so I don't know if I'm going to finish that. We might just continue out this way. Maybe we can stick something on the opposite side of the McDonald's. So this is not a bad lot here. I don't particularly like this bump, but beyond this, if I elevated a building, we could probably get away with sticking a smaller building right here. So if you have any suggestions for across the McDonald's here, I've got a couple other lots in town that I want to use, but like I said, I eventually want to expand it out this way. And I also want to do some stuff out in the woods. So if you have any suggestions for that, of course we have our campground on the other side of town. That's really pretty complete. I actually do want to add stuff to the back of that. So if you have anything camping related that you'd like to see, of course I've already got the camper and the truck, the trailer, the UTVs out there, the log cabins out there. If you want to check that episode out, that's going to be in the town playlist. That's a really cool episode. Plus it has a lot of stuff in it, a lot of vehicles. So yeah, just keep suggesting to me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week with the town. I know the town is pretty much what most people love, but you know, there's probably a couple of people that would rather see some of the other stuff. Like I said, we will return to the moon base next week, and I will be doing town episodes next week too. I'll try to get as much done as possible. Tomorrow we're going to play a random game, do a quick look. And I might have a new series starting up next week. It's a game you guys have been suggesting. I'm going to try to get around to that. Of course, we'll have multiplayer Monday. Should have that, of course, on Monday. Tuesday will be Scrap Mechanic. Wednesday, probably random game. I'm still going to probably take an off day next week. It's just kind of a normal thing. We didn't do one this week because I had a channel update. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel. Thank you guys for all the support. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.